Welcome back to Movement in Science. My name is Pena-Collazo, and today we're going to talk about one of the most polarizing exercises in the world. It's the burpee. The burpee. If you are new to my channel, this is the place you come to get all of your information about living free of pain and increasing your athletic performance. The burpee is a phenomenal movement pattern. The challenge though, it is high risk. There are a lot of opportunities for injury when you're doing a burpee. So the trick is to really make sure that you're doing a burpee effectively and to scale up to do a full-on burpee. So we're gonna go over how to do a burpee properly, some techniques that I have learned and that I have coached people over the years, and how to protect yourself. The first thing you need to be able to do is a proper plank. If you cannot do a proper plank, check out this video where I go over how to do that, and this video where I talk about how to protect your shoulder in a plank position. If you have not perfected your plank, this exercise is not the place to start. Once you add movement to a stability exercise, then you're increasing your risk of injury. It is considered a progression. So with that, just make sure you are starting in the right place for you. The other major factor that you want to consider is making sure that your hips are healthy, making sure that you have the stability and the mobility in those hips to make sure that you can get down and move your legs efficiently and effectively. So make sure that you warm up properly and that you have full range of motion in that joint, so that way you can protect yourself from injury when you're actually doing the burpees. All right, so let's get down onto the mat and I will show you how to do it. Now let's go in and talk about the ways in which we can scale and modify this movement. The first place to start when you're doing the burpee is to warm up with some squats. This is gonna warm up that joint, your hips, to be able to get your hips back so you can come down into that plank position. The next thing that you can do is either mountain climbers or bringing your leg out to your hand. That is going to help open up those hips to get you ready for your burpee. Okay, so the first one, let's try the baby burpee. I don't really know what these modifications are called, so you guys can leave comments and name them if you want. But I'll just call this a baby burpee. So what it's going to be is you're gonna walk your hands down your thighs out to a plank position and walk your hands back up, okay? You can also call this an inchworm, so it'll look like this. Okay, from the side. Now, the next step up, so the middle child of the burpee, would be bringing the legs forward and back, but putting both hands down on the floor. So it could look like this. Coming into that squat, down, step, 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 squat, and back up. Okay? So with the big mama of the burpee, you can add variations here as well. So big mama will be both legs coming back at the same time, coming in at the same time. You can opt to do a jump or not. And when you come down, you can opt to do a push-up or not. So there's lots of variations with this exercise, but you always want to make sure that you are working within your means and you are striving for perfection. All right, so a full burpee will look something like this. Now you can extend your arms higher. I have all of this up here, so I don't want to hurt myself. But that is up to you. Height is all up to you. Okay, so there you have it. The basics and the fundamentals of the burpee. If you still have questions, feel free to leave comments below or visit my website, www.movementinScience.com. Put that here, and I will be happy to answer your questions. Something that I'm incredibly passionate about is making sure that your body is in the correct posture before you do any of these movement patterns, or at least having the information to put your body into neutral before you attempt to do these exercises. If you have questions about your own posture, or if you want to make your posture better to maximize your performance and decrease your risk of injury, please reach out to me. On my website, I have virtual postural analysis available to you. And thanks again for tuning in. Please hit the like and the subscribe buttons, and I will see you next week at 2 o'clock. I'm sure some of you are asking yourself, well, if this is a channel about pain and movement, why does she have this dirty broom next to her? Well, I'm gonna tell you. When I am teaching lunges, I like to coach from the bottom up. I find that's a far more effective way for people to understand and grasp what it is that I'm trying to teach them. Check these videos out that I've recommended for you, and also take a look at some of my personal favorites. Gah! Now is when I realize I have something on my shirt. It's too late.